one of the biggest gurus of them all, Satya Sai Baba, enjoys a worldwide following numbering millions. His supernatural feats are legendary. His devotees regard him as a living god. He delights them at his daily audiences by magically producing holy ash and scattering it on the crowd. The people who follow him are not just poor and uneducated. They comprise much of the country's intellectual elite.
This country is unique in having at least 400 or 500 men and women who not only claim to be incarnations, but gods themselves, gods or goddesses. And people believe and worship them. A man like Sai Baba Puttaparthi has following running into millions, which include the president, the prime minister, cabinet ministers, governors of states, chief ministers of states. At many times, some decisions and particularly appointments are made in consultation with them. He's only one of them. There are many, so many more. And they may have local influence, but people like Sai Baba have a national influence.
T.N. Seshan is one of the most powerful men in India. He is Chief Electoral Commissioner and has been tipped as a future president. He is also one of Sai Baba's most conspicuous devotees.
I went to Sai Baba last week, and he gave me this ring out of nowhere. It's set with 9 gems. There's a ruby in it, there's a pearl in it, there's a sapphire in it, there is an emerald in it, there is a diamond in it. God knows what else, 9 stones. And he realized this for me out of nowhere. And now I can touch it, I can pull it. Now you will say, I don't believe this. But it happened to me, personally. And I am not a jungly kind of person. I've got a master's degree in physics. I got a master's degree in administration and economics from Harvard. I find nothing contradictory between that physics and the fact that I believe that this came out of the blue.
Professional scientists do little to challenge such beliefs. This Sai Baba shrine in Bangalore, the center of Indian science and technology, attracts professors from national research institutions. Experts in engineering, aeronautics and geology gather to worship a man they believe has superhuman powers.
People can be a little divine, they can be extraordinarily divine. And he is one such incarnation. We consider him divine. There's no question about it. I have been a scientist, I was a non-believer in Sai Baba himself. But today, I'm an absolutely firm believer. I've seen things happen right before my eyes. And the ring I am wearing here, you may perhaps like to picture this. It was materialized, it was created by Sai Baba, just by a wave of his hand. And to prove that there is no hide and seek in this, at one point of time when he produces a lot of this vibhuti, as we call it, or the ash, the white ash that you see. In Puttaparthi, where I went for the first time to meet him, what he did was, he asked me whether I'm going to use this vibhuti. Then I said yes. Then he gave it to me. He materialized once again by a small wave of his hands. He circles his hand like this, and these things appear in his hand, and he gives it to you. Just to make me believe, because I am a scientist skeptical about this, he raised his hand like this, and then rolled up his sleeve, and showed me his armpit. He says, people say I hide these things in my armpit. Do you see that? I said, no, I have no explanation. So, definitely, Sai Baba can transport materials, can materialize anything he wants. There is no doubt about it.
The scientist's faith in his guru may have blinded him to alternative explanations for these supernatural feats. P.C. Sorkar is India's best-known stage magician. He sees nothing extraordinary in making jewelry appear from the blue.
It is all tricks. We call it palming or sleight of hands. See, out of this particular finger, I'm bringing one ring out, and I'll give it to you. And when he comes forward to take it, I give it to him, and it melts away. And then I say, come on, it can come out of here. So, producing things out of thin air, it is no magic at all.
Scientists may believe that their guru can suspend the law of physics at whim, but skeptics are now questioning the evidence. This video of Sai Baba is now being circulated secretly in India. It appears to show the godman using a stage magician's trick to produce a gold necklace for a distinguished guest. Just before he hands over an award, his fingers seem to be searching for something underneath the wooden box. He then draws back his hand, waves it around, and the necklace appears as if from thin air. The event was witnessed by India's Prime Minister and recorded by the state-controlled Indian television network. But after an editor drew attention to the apparent trickery, this footage was not broadcast. Among the skeptics now speaking out against the godmen is lawyer K. Balgopal. He led a private prosecution alleging that Sai Baba's materializations were a breach of gold bullion import regulations, as well as the law of physics.
Here is a person who claims to materialize something from nothing. Supposing Sai Baba were to materialize food, water for the common man, he were to solve the problems of the common man. Irrespective of his antecedents, I would have respected him. But here is a man who caters to the elite, who gives them gold necklaces. They don't require it. He gives them diamonds. These things are meant for the poor. Instead, to the poor,